not to worry. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Sorry, we might find that somewhere in the electronic world, that other one episode. Right. Yes.
Switch up the setup.
What was we saying? You was just about to come back with something,
so
Susie.
there's a fine line between someone that really truly believes that they're in the wrong body and they've transitioned. I've got no problem with calling her and their name.
Pronouns. You got no
No,
problem with
it's not pronouns. Because if someone is transitioning, they believe they're in the wrong body. A man is transitioning, believes they're a woman. They want to be called a woman. They don't care about the pronouns. They want to be called the woman.
Yeah,
you know,
they do. But
this just reminds me of like traffic on the road. You know, like if there's a car in front of me and there's a load of traffic, and I just want all of those cars to move out of the way, they're never going to move out of the way for me. Society's never going to move out of the way.
No, you have to
for me to come through. They're just never. It's never going to happen that way.
No,
it's the same with transition people.
What she's saying is, if you truly want to be a bird, right?
Yeah, but society.
Hang on, and you go through
bird?
it. A female with a vagina,
Go on,
a woman,
right?
Yeah.
And you have all that done. You have the old
chippity chop.
Yeah,
you get all that done. And you get yourself
completely their prerogative.
Yeah, and you get yourself
as an adult,
whatever. Right, you've turned into a top, right? So
Yeah.
now you're a bird, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to be called a trans woman or just a woman? Because all these dickheads that want to be called trans this, trans that, piss me off, right?
Yeah.
Just be a woman. If you're a woman now, be a woman and don't fucking put it in our faces.
The majority of people
But
that are transitioning just want to be known as the woman or the man that they've transitioned.
But why do
into.
they have to be a trans woman?
Yeah, but no one's going to move out their way.
I
No
don't
one is going to
believe
step
that
aside for them.
they
No
do.
one's going to create a special space for them to live. That's not how it works.
No, but I genuinely think the genuine people that just want to transition don't want a special place to live.
I agree.
All respect to them.
You know what?
All respect to
hold
them.
on,
Yeah.
Ollie. I agree with Susie on
I
that
do as
point
well.
because there are a lot of trans people out there that don't want special treatment. They just want to live their life.
Yeah, but that makes
wanna
sense.
be
Good
what
luck
they
to them.
But the
feel.
point, and definitely good
Yeah,
luck to them, and with the
respect to
grace
them.
of
No problem.
and with the
But
grace of God, go
don't
away with
think-
them guys.
Don't think that
Enjoy-
society is just going to move out of your way. It's
No,
not going to
they're,
happen.
they're not the issue. They're not the issue. The issue is the ones that are forcing that you must
They're
accept
ruining
me.
it
Yes,
for the genuine.
and I totally agree.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm in your
Yeah.
book. I've seen loads of
Yeah.
videos with trans guys and girls coming out and saying this is ruining all this. Anything after the T on that stupid alphabet shit, right, is ruining our flight. I mean, like the gays and the lesbians, they fought for certain rights,
Yeah.
right? To have the right to marry, to have the right to not be
classed as
chastised,
normal human beings.
and we're just loving the same sex and whatever have you, and that is fine.
Yeah.
And a society,
agreed.
you know what? Society has agreed with that and accepted that
To a certain extent, but there's still a way to go.
Yeah, no, not as much. I think
I think
it was
loads
more.
way.
It was more. It's more acceptable for gays and lesbians to do their thing.
yeah, gays and
bias
lesbians is, but not trans.
and yeah, but the it's what's happening. This is what's the pushback on transsexuals is not the genuine ones, not the adult ones doing what they're doing.
It's the ones.
It's
the men that want to breastfeed.
It's the ones, yeah. It's the crazy ones that want to actually.
They want to have a period.
Just because
and all that.
yeah,
It's just like-
I want to experience the
Yeah.
of breastfeed. Fuck's sake, dude, you're not gonna experience that. Could you imagine that? Put it on a hairy nipple. You know,
There's actual
as a babe,
people. There's
you know.
actual people that just want to be how they feel.
Yeah.
But not act on it anymore.
Yeah.
It's all private. But then people to dress up in a dress and then
No,
just say, "Oh, I
just
want
forcing
breastfeed."
it into the
Yeah, and they
sports,
don't
forcing it into
That's not
women's
trans.
spaces.
Nah, that's just
Sick.
No.
Yeah.
You know,
The
there's
mentally ill.
and the thing is, I feel sorry for the trans people that are
Yeah.
doing it the right way,
it's
going
all
about
pushed
their
into
own
one
business, you know,
Yeah.
and not hijacking this rainbow, hijacking the alphabet. Not those people. They're the ones that are fucking it all up for everybody else who's been trying to fight for their rights.
And then I think it pushes more people against.
And this is what's happened.
Yeah.
Shame.
Look at that.
Yeah.
You know, they've in England now. They've stopped them adolescent hormone drugs. These affirmation centers. You know, to like, oh yeah. You know what? I think you're a boy too. You should come and get your dick chopped off and or get a dick put on or your tits chopped off. You know, abuse. When you're doing it to kids under 8, 10, 13, 15, double mastectomies, they can't get them back. The amount of kids that are coming out now and suing those people who have done this fucking abuse to them, giving them drugs that could never put their body in balance again. They're and the amount. Like
How young do they start this?
They start them at like 8.
Right. So at 8 years old,
Shit, man.
you know what you want to do, right?
Do you?
So no, I'm just saying, 8 years old know what to do. So would it be right for an 8-year-old to come into my shop and say, "Could I have a full sleeve, please?"
No,
Not allowed.
you know
Not
that.
allowed,
So
yeah.
And I'd say, why would you do that? Because
Lorna.
you're too young. You're a kid, right? You wouldn't do it, would you?
I want to be skinny. Can you? Just like Brad Pitt's kid.
Hold on, no.
sister.
Lorna Austin says, "I want to be skinny. Can you translender?" Well, Lorna, you can if you feel like it. You know. And also, just like Brad Pitt's kids. Now, that's because of a Brad Pitt. Hold on, isn't
Brad
that?
Pitt, yeah, they're transitioned and she's
Yeah.
gone back again.
Yeah.
Sorry, hold on. Fuck's
didn't
sake.
actually-
Hold on, who's she?
Shiloh.
Hold on,
Shiloh.
Brad.
Yeah, that's her
Brad
name.
Pitt. Isn't that? No, he didn't. Did he have kids with
Angelina
Angelina
Jolie.
Jolie?
Jolie.
That's their kid. Yeah.
And
Was she born a girl and she was raised as a boy and now she wants to be a girl
listen,
again?
in that Hollywood world, they're all fucked up. Look at Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith's kids.
Yeah,
They're
there's
messed up.
so many
Yeah.
transgender kids in Hollywood.
Yeah, because they're messed up. They think it's not so much a mentality. It's a fad.
Fad.
Yeah.
It's a fashion.
Or is it control? Right?
Well, in look at what they do in them Hollywood circles.
Yeah.
Look at
So,
look at P Diddly Diddly Did.
or diddly diddly didn't.
Yeah, I'm sure he did. Diddly did. What do you
did
reckon?
something.
What do you reckon, Lorna? Did P Diddly do it? Hold on, here she comes again. Shiloh wanted to be a boy.
Yeah.
Hang on a second, we got.
She wanted to be a
Gotta get
boy
rid of
and
this
they
shit.
let her be a boy for a while.
Ah, there we go.
Now she wants to be a girl.
Shiloh
again.
wanted to be a boy, so had drugs to stop puberty. Yeah, puberty blockers. Now she's changed her mind. And when it gets to that point, you've changed your mind. It may be too late. The damage is already done.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Lorna. Here, we're going to send you one of these, Lorna. Please enjoy.
Can't hear it.
Stop touching stuff, man. I told you before. Don't touch. Yeah, go on then. We agree. Well, she can hear it. You don't have to send no fucking messages back, doofus. You know what I mean? Stop touching shit. You know, but
My
yeah.
name's still
So,
My name's still
you know, so I totally agree. You and these this is what is pissing me off. Is these parents. It's not the kids. It's these parents that pushing them into different angles to be in that. Ooh, we're the trendiest couple. We're having trans kids, and we're going to raise our boy like a girl, and we're going to raise our girl like a boy. That is fucking abuse. To me, that is abuse, because naturally they are what they are, but you're showing them that, oh, you know what? If you want, you can be this, and that's disgusting. I'm sorry, you know. Treat your kids right. Stop giving them fucking
Also,
drugs
right,
and stop chopping bits off
What you
them.
just
Give
said
him a
there.
slap.
No, what you just said.
A slap at work.
You know what he goes on about society and all that. Don't get away, or don't get out your way or whatever. You bang on with it ain't how it is. So really, he's spot on with what he was saying as well. You know, if you've got the issue, the rest of the world won't get out your way for it.
Yeah, those parents, they're gonna get all of the shame. They're
Yeah.
gonna get all of the shame.
And they're
that's coming
putting it
to them.
on. You're putting it on the kid that it's okay. You can't be what you want to be, right? You can work towards what you want to be if you want to change
That's
your
it.
stars and all
Yeah.
the rest of it.
Yeah.
But you know, you can't. You're not a dog. You're not a cat. Do you know what I mean?
Thank
so
you.
don't fucking act like one, right? I'm not being funny, right? If you've got
Horses, mate. They're doing horses now.
listen, if you've got a kid in school eating out of a fucking cat's bowl, right? I'd make the little shit have a dump in a fucking litter box. I'd say you're not using a toilet. You're a fucking cat.
And you can sleep outside.
Fuck them.
know
They're
what I mean?
idiots. It don't make sense. And I think there's a like a blurred line between like mentally ill, thinking you're in the wrong body and all that, and then becoming a fucking feline.
Yeah.
Idiots.
Yeah, and this is it.
I
With
think
that
it makes
Mulvey,
them
Dylan Mulvey, has anyone heard of that? Dylan Mulvey, he's done that Bud Light ad. The guy's fucked up in his head. He's gay, then he's straight, then he's trans, then he's like, he's taking the piss out of women.
There's another geezer.
Do women really jump around like he does?
Listen, there's another geezer, right?
Lisa, you're quiet.
I'm okay.
There's another geezer that's on the internet with
It's
him,
a chat show.
and he's a trans fella, right? And he's got a Patreon thing or something like that where he gets kids to go on and secretly don't tell. I can't remember the geezer's name.
Freakiest weirdo ever.
And he's like, yeah, and him are mates. You know what I mean? And it's like, it ain't right.
He tells them, this is the thing, he tells them, your parents don't have to know.
That's right, and that's
you
fucking
can just
wrong.
talk to me.
See, what is the word for that?
Groomer. That's what
grooming,
he fucking is.
mate.
He's a dirty groomer, and
But
he
it's
should be
wrong.
banned.
That got fucking wrong. Yeah,
You
should
know?
go to prison.
And what's wrong, what I think is wrong, is when if someone like us actually says it, we're looked upon as being what's the
Nonsense.
word, a bigot or what? Was it a bigot?
Oh,
Is that the right word?
Yeah.
You know, an understanding of their feelings. Fuck their feelings.
Yeah, they're talking
Right,
shit.
how about protect the kid?
Yes.
Right, and educate the kid instead of like letting them fucking be whatever.
That's disgusting. I can't
get my head around
believe
it.
that YouTube and TikTok allow channels like that
Well, I
for
can,
some
'cause it's all
pervert.
corrupt, isn't it?
It's
money.
scum. You know what I mean? It's scum. You know, he's there talking. You don't have to tell your parents. We can just talk. You can wear a dress. You can be anything you want to be. And this is what I'm talking about. Disintegrating the power of the parent.
Yeah.
You know?
Disconnecting.
And this is where social media is dangerous, which is the next point I want to make. Technology. Positives and negatives. Talk to me about it. What is positive? What's negative? I personally think the internet is a font of knowledge. But, I mean, like, there's a lot of lies and a lot of made up shit and a lot of untested theories, and that will come on here. But it is, as knowledge is concerned.
I think the internet used to be, right, before it was just fucking Google now, controlled by whoever's controlling it. Do you know what I mean?
Robots.
So, like, if you, like, years ago when it first started, the internet was a fucking marvel, and it was like, what the fuck, this thing's amazing. Like, it's got everything here we can look at and find out this and
The
do
whole
that.
collective world's
Yeah.
knowledge.
But
at
now-
your fingertips.
I bet if you went on a different search engine on there, you'd get different results, right?
Probably. I haven't got any on the. Yeah, don't go.
I kind of wish it never was about now.
No.
agree. I
Listen,
kinda
listen.
wish-
Don't say
I,
that. Listen. It's a
Don't
process.
say that.
It's a process. No, I'll tell you why. It is a process with everything. So there are stages, right? So things. All right. Oh yeah, it goes well, and then it goes a little bit off course, gets corrected, comes back on course again. This is the thing, and it's a process. It's a
People
step by
do
step.
so much.
So we're just living in
Not
like
bad
a certain decade, and then in the next decade it might be a little bit fixed, or it might go a little bit worse.
I was
It,
thinking-
I
it
get where
gets
it's coming from.
it does get fine tuned as we go. Like we had, like what they called the Wild Wild West of the internet. We had that when everything was like free and internet's amazing. You can get free music, everything's free software, free everything. That was called the Wild Wild West version of the internet. But then it goes through the stages where it now starts to get industrialized and corporized, corporized, and that's kind of where the stage we're at. But then after that, it then starts to correct itself a little bit. So you will have a little bit of correction, and as it veers off, but it will always continue to progress, and it will progress in the ways that works for people.
I think
because it's only ever about people. That's the human people. Oh, you're right. Yeah, what people? Yeah, but that's a good thing as well, because then you've got corners that are associated, and there will, like you have the dark web. Dark web. Not everybody accesses the dark web, but certain people do. And
Why is there a dark web though? Why should there?
Because
it's
people,
possible.
because one,
And
it's possible.
criminals have found another way of
People
doing
want
this.
to buy guns.
This
People
is
want
why
to buy guns.
It's
drugs.
bad.
No, you say it's bad, right? But then what happens is then you start to develop corners of the internet for certain individuals. People have their
Yeah,
own
wrong ones or
internet.
pedos.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
maps. That's what I
Maps.
thought.
Guys,
You've only got to type one thing in.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't need to be
Yeah,
on a
but-
dark web to see a fucking
Yeah,
nonce.
But
right?
it's
They're
very,
probably
it's
on there
very,
now.
it's very early.
That's what I'm
It's
saying.
very
That's
early
why
stages.
internet's-
My point is that it's very much like the fetus version of the internet in terms of where it's
What, the dark-
actually.
I just used to
go
no,
on
the
there just
internet
to
as
get
it
some
is
cheat
today.
codes for the
As it is
computer
today.
games.
Yeah, as it is today,
And the
it's
photo-
Oh,
very.
no, one at a time, guys. Listen, hold on, we've got 6 seconds left. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back after these sponsors' messages.